but it's important that we talk about difficult times. I don't think we do it enough in church. I think we have this idea of, as a Christian, you're just supposed to be in full faith all the time.
Coming live on your radio.
What they want?
That real and raw.
How they get it?
DJ Focus.
What we doing?
Making music, reaching the corner. And it's all for the
And
kingdom.
we gon' make sure they know it.
Ooh, 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 ooh. We gon' take it there. I like red letters over trap beats to fix it. Saying, ooh. DJ Focus, tell him turn you up. Ooh. DJ Focus, tell him turn you up. Ooh.
Yes, sir. DJ Focus, Dice Gamble. It's time to get real in these streets. Thank y'all for tapping back in with us. Another blessed day on our Real Talk topic. And come on, Dice. Let's hop into this convo today. Finding purpose in difficult times, huh?
Yeah.
You know.
We don't know what. What don't you know?
No. Because I feel everybody who's maybe going through a storm right now, a difficult time right now, saying, oh, I'm in the midst of me, grieving, in the midst of me going through this issue, this storm, this life-altering situation, I'm supposed to find purpose. Let me know how that works. I just
What do you mean? What are we talking about? That is how that works. It's not about let you know how it works.
I'm just saying. I mean, they trying to get themselves together. They might be in a mental place where it's really, really tough right now. And you saying it's purpose in being mentally drained, grieving, whatever it may be. So that's
Is
all
there
I'm saying.
not?
Like,
Is there not?
For the ones who understand.
For the ones. I mean, everything has purpose in it, right? Or we would not have emotions. We wouldn't have anger, happiness, joy, sadness. Everything is navigational concerning us. That's just the way we're designed. The earth, everything is designed with purpose, on purpose, and it's all for a better purpose. And so it's important for us to find purpose in things. This is just a little tip for those of you who get stuck in depression or anxiety, or you just like, I feel really down, or you have some people who just kick themselves when they make mistakes and they get stuck. But yes, in the midst of all of life's challenges, we have to keep our eyes on purpose, and even if that purpose is just to mourn, but even within that, and I'll paint a different type of picture. I got to eat breakfast with one of my friends, and her mother had passed away, and it had been a year. And she said that even when her mom had passed away, she still felt like she had to be strong, for other people, because she's like a strong person, And she said it took her a minute to just grieve, because in her mind, basically, she had to stay on another path of purpose, and that was supporting other people. But we are designed to grieve, So it's like, it's purposeful. Like, we have to spend that time. If God didn't want us to spend that time thinking about the things we are going through, we wouldn't have tears. We wouldn't have heartbreak. Like, there's some things we wouldn't have. But there's purpose in it all. And a lot of it is usually reflection, or even getting closer to God in those moments, so we can hear the direction we should be going, So, I mean, come on now. We wouldn't have the Bible if it wasn't for the drama and purpose. People still pushing through and walking out the path that God has for them, especially Paul. You know what I'm saying? We stay preaching about some Paul,
We do.
But he was the one talking about, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. He was in a difficult circumstance, but he was still listening to God, writing down the purpose of that moment. And the purpose in that particular moment, even though Paul was suffering, is he was like, this is an opportunity for me to get closer to God and inspire others to stay close to God. So purpose is important when you're going through things, and not forgetting your purpose while you're going through is important as well. So, we got to talk to God about the purpose of things, like, because God is the only one with the answers. We can sit here and try to make up stuff or ask people, well, why? And it's like, no, we really need to be talking and dealing with God on all that. Asking God to show us, God, you show me the purpose of this moment, and what my purpose is in this moment. Sometimes your purpose is just to be seen weaker, like that you actually have emotions, so, which will allow other people to come to your aid and serve you, in that difficult time. So, but if they don't, if they never see that you're having a problem, you might not ever get that thing you need, which is maybe comfort or, you know, partnership or support, So it's important to be in purpose. And like I said, we always talk about it from a Christian standpoint of, ooh, what does God have for me? What am I doing? You know what I'm saying? It's like when you're not able to do, or when you've gotten that setback there, you still are on purpose. So
Yeah, you are.
yeah.
And we know Romans 8:28 always reminds us that
What is reminding?
in all things God works for our good,
Mm-hmm.
for those who love Him, to keep us in purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, again, you brought up something very key. Sometimes God wants to take us through these difficult times
Mm-hmm.
to take away the distractions and get us back to Him.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes, we get so tied up with doing what we're doing and
Mm-hmm.
work and family and just being real, just grinding, whatever it may be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we might need to get back to knowing Him and talking to Him and trusting in Him,
Yeah.
in prayer and everything else. But these hardships, I think everybody, to your point, deals with them differently.
Mm-hmm.
And shouts out to you for being able to talk with your friend,
Mm-hmm.
because I know she probably needed that. That's something that's been lacking too as well. When you talk about people getting through difficult times,
Yeah.
do we reach out to our strong friends and ask them, are they
What they
okay?
need. Yeah. Are you okay? How can I help you? How can I serve you? What do you need? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. We're in the middle of this convo, just having a great talk today on this real how
Mm,
to find purpose in the midst of going through difficult times.
yeah.
And something that always kind of helped me. I'm one that likes to hear other people's testimonies.
Mm,
Sometimes those help me when I'm going through some difficult times, especially when you talk about grief. Because communication was an issue for me for a long time. Just me being able to share some of my difficult times and personal times with
mm,
like my brothers, my pastors. Yeah, that was all new to me. Again, I grew up in a household dice that
mm,
we didn't really talk about, especially men.
mm.
If you were going through trying times, or if you felt like your faith wasn't there, yeah, my old man would say shake it off. It need to get there. Because at the end of the day, no, I'm just being honest. At the end of the
Right.
day, yeah, your wife, your kids ain't gonna care nothing about. You might be having a tough time today. You got to go out and figure it out and try to provide the best way you can. So,
Mhm,
which I know that's a lot of that is toxic masculinity now, but
mhm,
again, this is just real in reality that some things I had to work through, and even communicating and expressing my emotions and my feelings early on in my marriage. Also, too, as well, just with ministry and serving with people, it was hard for me to say, you know what, I don't feel like it today. You know what I'm saying?
mm.
It was hard for me to say, you know what I'm saying? I might need to release some tears. Shouts
Yeah.
out to the men that understand real men cry. But again,
Yeah.
when I grew up, the way I grew up, no, men don't cry. You show that weakness, a man will run over you. I was always taught that. So
Mm,
I had to retrain myself and retrain my thinking. And I was grateful because I brought that up because that allowed for me to get in purpose when I talk about discipleship. So, I was blessed to be able to serve and be
mhm,
over a few ministries at my church. And in that, I was able to put myself to the side and be able to hear and understand and really encourage some other men who needed to
mm,
hear, who needed to come and release to me and say, hey, I'm going through this with my wife. Hey, I'm going through this with my son's mom, or, hey, I got laid off today, you know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking about going to bust a move in the streets. So that in
mhm,
itself helped me get into purpose to be used by God, is what I'm saying. So didn't know that He was going to use me in that way, but all of a sudden, I had so many different guys just coming up to me, just random. I don't even really
mhm.
know. I seen them a few times pass in church. They see me, but now they just telling me everything. And now, like, God, like, what you gonna do?
That's it. That's
Yeah.
it. No, I mean, this is a good conversation though, and I know, we do get feedback of people who are going through things who do, end up turning on the show, and they're like, "Man, thank you for that." Um, but it's important that we talk about difficult times. I don't think we do it enough in church. I think we have this idea of, as a Christian, you're just supposed to be in full faith all the time. Every time
Oh
somebody
wow.
sees you, full faith. Yeah, I'm full faith. I'm fully believing today. I mean, for real, there is this weird thing that happens, I think. I know we're supposed to count it all joy, but, being joyful and faking it are two different things, and,
That's true.
it's kinda like sports. If you hurt, say you hurt, you know what I'm saying? Because when you keep playing in the game and you hurt,
Oh
You
yes.
just gonna either injure yourself even further or hurt somebody else. So it's like, I think it's okay to go through a difficult time. We have so many examples of that. Like I said, our whole Bible is based off of a difficult time. There is no easy time in scripture. It just ain't there. Like we always get the revelation of how God can bring us through and there's purpose for our lives and we can be filled with love, joy, and obviously salvation and you know, we get forgiveness and all that, but there is a constant theme of okay, yeah, something's going to happen. Like mountains are
Yeah.
going to be shaken and the hills are going to be what I'm saying, overthrown, but God is going to be there with us. His steadfast love is going to be there for us. So we have a lot of affirmation. But I think sometimes we forget that it's okay, like to go through some things, and it's okay to tell somebody else it's okay to be where you are.
Mhm.
That's just something. Shout out to Sharon Clemens. Man, she just, I don't know, she's a minister from Lexington, man, and she taught me that huge lesson: be where you are, like don't fake it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
And God is with you wherever that is. Like he always talks about it in our word, but definitely, in the depths of hell, you can go down there and make your bed. He's there. So he's always by our side. And so I just wanted to make sure we had that conversation that God's love it doesn't change. It's unchanging regardless if we backslide or premeditate, some things.
wow.
His purpose is for us to live our life. That's what he's done. He's given us life, so he knows, what we are doing and where we're going. But I just hope that people continue to find strength in God and know that I still have a purpose. Just because I made a mistake doesn't mean I
Mhm.
don't have purpose. Just because I screwed up 3 hours ago doesn't mean I don't have purpose. Like
Man,
just
that's
because
real.
just because I don't know, I just messed up and my family's really embarrassed or I just lost my job. It doesn't mean you still don't have purpose. And I think sometimes the enemy eats people's lunch, and says, "Oh, look, you're not worthy, you're not good, you're a failure." You know what I'm saying? You're not qualified. And it's like, no, I'm still qualified. And even in this difficult time, I'm going to make sure I get in my word because, that's what happens. That word reminds you, like, no matter what's going on, whether it's sadness at night or whether you're struggling or whether the valley is dark, like God is
Mhm.
still there. So, um, you know, I just hope everybody remembers that and, reflect, spend some time reflecting too. Cause I think sometimes when you are in that little difficult place, it's the perfect time to trust God a little bit deeper.
Mm, mm.
So,
Shouts out to you. You just said something that was really, really got my wheels spinning over here. You said when you were talking to, whoever was mentoring you, or just went to some advice,
mhm,
and she said, "Be where you're at."
yeah.
When you were saying that, I was just over here thinking like, that in
Mm,
itself, the
mhm,
healing process could be you beginning in purpose, like you
mhm,
said, getting into a deeper
mhm,
relationship with God, like
mhm,
that might be the process of you finding purpose in your healing time. Because so many
mhm,
people are hurting right now. They need like you say it all the time, a little season where they sit down
mhm.
and they sit with God. They
That's right.
heal through these toxic relationships they've been through. They
Mhm,
heal through depression or whatever else has been holding them down. So
mhm.
yeah, that's real. Wow, purpose and healing.
Is it not? That's
Mm,
where we grow. That's where we get better. That's where we get stronger. So, that's why I said, man, everything is designed on purpose. And it's okay, like I said, to make those mistakes. We just got to be patient with ourselves. I think sometimes we nail ourselves to the cross.
we do.
Like we Jesus, come down. I'm gonna get on the cross and just y'all just keep on whipping me and just it's like what? It's like no, Christ already died for all that. He died for all that. We're not traveling back down that road of self-abuse. It's like, okay,
Mm,
Jesus died for that. So, there's so much grace, mercy, and forgiveness available. And yes, you may be going through some difficulties, but like that in that difficult moment, your purpose is to draw near. Draw
yeah,
near to God. So,
yeah.
man.
And listen, if y'all have not read it, it is a great book out there, and
What
it's
is it?
by Pastor Rick Warren. It's
Uh-oh.
called The Purpose Driven Life.
Oh, no, you didn't give him that one.
Yeah, I had to give him that one
That
because
thing
that's
could
an
change your
old one.
life.
It will change it. It
Change
will
your
change
life.
your life, and it will tell you about just all the trials of finding purpose, getting in purpose,
Mm-hmm.
understanding the balance of staying in purpose in
Mm-hmm.
difficult times. And how God has a divine purpose for our lives. So Yeah, that's a good book to read if you have not read it. It's an
Mhm.
easy read. It's so much substance in it. It's practical,
Mhm.
and it will challenge you to get better in
Mm.
every area of your life. So that's another way. Again, if you may not know your purpose, read some books on purpose.
Mhm.
Read some
Mhm.
books that will uplift your spirit. Read some
Mhm.
books that will help you with healing. And that'll take you to a whole nother level.
Yeah, well.
Just before we get out of here, we got to talk about a little bit more about serving,
Oh,
because
no, you
again,
didn't.
yeah, well, I did,
Go
because
ahead. Go ahead.
sometimes that serving
Mhm.
with others, and you showing your gifts, or serving with somebody and they share their gifts, you
Mhm.
see the gifts that God has given them. That might, for some who may be confused and don't know how to find a purpose,
Mhm.
specifically in the church house. I'm tired of y'all not
Not in the
serving.
church house.
And not, yeah, and I'm talking about a part of the community.
I
Yeah,
love
I know.
that.
I get tired of these people, and they out there, Dice. I know they listen to us right now. Who
Oh,
I call them the sitting saints. They come,
sitting
oh,
saints.
they get that praise and
Like,
worship.
comfortable,
They get
huh?
that good word. They just
They
walk
go
out.
home.
They walk out. They walk out. I mean, outreach stuff come up. No,
Woo.
nobody. It's an audio video ministry out there. There is a accountant ministry out there. There's a parking lot ministry. There is an altar or intercession ministry. There is a greeting ministry for you. There's
Mhm.
something for you to do at your local church. I just want y'all to get in purpose.
Get in
And
purpose.
yeah, please. Yeah,
Okay.
if you only got one service,
That's it.
serve one this week.
Once a
The next
month.
week,
You wanna do
serve.
once a month?
No, they need to do every other. They need to go every
Every
other.
other
Yeah,
week?
no, they need every other week.
Okay.
No, they need to start learning how to sacrifice, because serving is a sacrifice, and you
Mhm.
find purpose in serving others and doing something else because you are sacrificing your time. I tell you I tell people all the time, without ministry, if I never got ministry, Dice, I promise you, that helped my walk. That helped everything that I
Mhm.
am that today, with me just finally saying, you know what, I'm gonna get in this parking lot ministry.
Yeah.
Oh, they're giving out groceries today. They're going down to the shelter. I'm gonna go to the outreach ministry. Oh,
Mhm.
okay, they doing this in the audiovisual ministry. I'm trying to learn some more skills outside of DJing. Let me
Mhm.
learn how to set this whole stage up, all these speakers up, all these lights up. Let me learn how to do these things. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
that was a blessing to me and to the church. So
Yeah.
yeah, and it kept me out of trouble, and it kept me from smoking weed. I'm be honest with you, because when I first stopped, no, I'm just getting real. When I first stopped smoking weed, the church helped me in so many ways, because I was probably at the church 4 times a week. I didn't
You didn't
understand it
have
when I
time to
was
smoke.
growing up. No, I ain't had time. I ain't had time. I again had brothers holding me accountable, people calling me out on stuff. If I come
Mm.
up there smelling like smoke, ain't nobody just letting me walk out smelling like
Mm.
smoke. No, you can
Mhm.
come serve, you can come help. But by the way, next time,
Right.
make sure you don't smoke that mild before you come here. Smoke that doobie before you come here. So again, I needed that. I
Yeah.
needed for people to not only hold me accountable, but allow for me to still help too as well,
Mm.
in the midst of my struggle, in the midst of me not all the way giving up smoking and drinking, and a little bit still showing me a little grace in
Mhm.
between there. I needed that. But again, finding purpose, if I would have never just showed up that one day to help in the parking lots, I showed up just one day, and from there, I
Mhm.
promise you, I've been
Whole
serving
life change, huh?
I've been serving the whole time. I've never been not been in a ministry at my
Mhm.
ministry. Like
That's awesome.
whatever church I'm at, I'm in a ministry.
You're in the ministry. That's good. That's
Yeah,
good. Yeah,
yeah.
no, that
So
that serving, it'll get you right. Giving back to
yeah,
your community as something, that'll get you right, like connecting with people, that'll keep you, like you said, in purpose. So yeah, that's a good one. Serving will
yeah.
always bring you back to gratitude and
Mhm,
help you to reflect on, the things that really, really matter.
mhm.
Yeah, that's good. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right, y'all. That's it for the real. Don't touch that dial. We going to pay some bills. We'll be back with closing thoughts. You tapped into the fix.
And the fix is in.